Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video. This is another one in the vlog series that I do for the Memphis Songwriters Association. And I also have a blog that is on their website, memphisongwritersassociation.org. So you can check that out if you want to see it in writing form as well. So my blog and vlog, they're all about breaking down songwriting, what makes certain songs work, whether they were hits or not. We've talked about character development within songs. We've talked about Billboard hits over the years, number one hits and what's made them work, common trends with what's made them work. But we've also talked about how you don't have to write a hit to write a hit. And that's what we're going to chat about today. And I hope that this provides some valuable insight to you, for you, for your writing as you continue. So, in this last set of You Don't Have to Write a Hit to Write a Hit, we looked at the song Talk You Down by The Script. And now we're going to shift genres a little bit because, again, these tips work for any genre. And we're going to go to a country song by LeAnn Rimes called Borrowed. So let's chat about this. What works melodically, what works lyrically, and what works structurally. So the song features a very light guitar pattern. It's backed by a mandolin, a slide guitar, bass, and brush. The calming melody contrasts the hurriedness of the lyrics, which I'll dive into in the next section. So lyrically, this song deals with LeAnn Rimes' love affair and subsequent dissolution of her first marriage. Although those events took place a few years earlier, it's chronicled in the album as a whole, Spitfire. In this particular song, she talks about knowing the other person belonging to somebody else, right? She knows the person belongs to somebody else, as does she, but remembering that they're only borrowed. This line is just super powerful in a couple of different ways. It takes the idea of I can't have you because you're too good for me and turns it into I can't have you even though you're perfect for me. And that's a really interesting thing. She doesn't love you like I do, but you're still hers. And, vice versa as well. That's just one of those things. So, again, coming up with this line a few years after it happened and being able to deliver the lyric as powerfully as she did after the fact is a testament to LeAnn's vocal and writing ability. But it also is a testament to the other writers, Daryl Brown and Dan Wilson. There are countless stories from artists such as the Dixie Chicks and Adele who say Dan just has a knack for getting at the core emotion of the writer and the performer to make those lyrics hit close to home for the listener. Among Brown's credits are his hits for Keith Urban, You'll Think of Me, and Raining on Sunday, as well as writing LeAnn Rimes' previously uh, big hit, which is Good Friend and a Glass of Wine. So there's a lot to be said for finding a group of writers that can help you tell your story, and these two did it very, very well. So structurally, this song is really simple. It follows the verse, chorus, bridge, chorus pattern. The bridge doesn't really take the song to another place musically, like something big and booming to contrast the simplicity of the rest of the song, but it does introduce a ticking clock. How much time is left until you don't return? And the use of this line twice just shows how desperate she is. It's really, really cool in that regard. Now, maybe I'm biased because, as I mentioned, Dan Wilson is one of the co writers, and he is, like myself, from the great state of Minnesota. And maybe I'm crazy because I didn't know this song existed until he released his version of it in 2017. But the fact that this song didn't chart at all on its release is just an absolute travesty. So I always find it interesting when the original artist records the song after someone else cut it and made it famous, especially when they're people of different genders. I would look at Stupid Boy by Sarah Buxton and Keith Urban. That's another really good example. When Keith Urban covers it, it adds a different dynamic than when Sarah Buxton sings it. But I'm gonna include links to both versions of Borrowed, the LeAnn Rimes version, and the Dan Wilson version, so that you can hear the difference in both. But one thing, so Dan, when he released this, it was part of a larger album called Recovered, and he did his own versions of the songs that he wrote for people like LeAnn Rimes and the Dixie Chicks, which was Not Ready to Make Nice, and Someone Like You for Adele, among other things, right? But the thing that he said was he wanted to record them in the way that he originally envisioned them, and so they're definitely a little bit different than the original, but all kind of getting at the same emotional thing. So that is Borrowed, like I said, by LeAnn Rimes. And I hope you like that. I hope you like both versions. They're very, very unique in that regard. But I appreciate you tuning in. I'm Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much for tuning in. And be sure to check out all my other videos that I do with my music, as well as the videos that I put as part of this blog, this vlog, and you can check out the blog on the Memphis Songwriters Association website. I'm Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much.